Revit Automation.
In this video, we are going to learn about nodes, anatomy of nodes, nodes input and output, node states, handling error or warning nodes, phrasing nodes, wires, etc. So let's get started.
As Video Vault is opening, you can subscribe for such videos.
So what are the nodes? Nodes are the building block of dynamograph. If you see, a dynamograph is made up of several dynamo nodes which are arranged in the form of a flowwork. One dynamo node is attached to another dynamo node with the help of wires. Nodes are the object you connect to form a visual program. Each node performs an operation. So let's get toward the anatomy of a node. Here you can see the name of the node. For any nodes, you can see the name at the top of that node. Second one is the main body. This is the main body of the nodes. Third is the input and output ports. These are the input ports and this is the output port of the node. If you go over any input port, so this is the default value of the node here. If you don't give any input, the default value is taken here as a 0. So let's guess fifth part is the lacing. If you click on this three dots on the bottom right corner of the nodes, here you can set the lacing of the nodes. Auto, shortest, longest, and cross products. We may be seeing this later. So let's get toward the input of the nodes. Input and output of the node, which are also called as a receptor of wire. This is a wire and we can call it as a receptor of a wire. So data goes inside any node by input port. Some execution is done with the help of function that's stored in that node and the output is given with the help of the output port. Ports are generally a data sensitive, means only certain type of data can be given to any node. Now this here, if you go here, the data type of this node input port is a double. If the data port type is a different type from the input data type, there will be a warning suggesting that data type here is different and you have to use a different data type. Here, while hovering over that input port, you can see this label. This is called a label of the ports. Now moving toward the state of the port. So let's get started. If you are saying a vertical blue bar means the port is successfully connected or given a right input. If the input port as here shows a right vertical bar, this means the ports needs to be connected. After connecting the door, connecting that port, the vertical lines convert to blue. Vertical gray bars means that is a function node. When you click on any node, the node is highlighted with aqua color, and its input and outputs wires are also highlighted. So you can see where the input ports are coming from and you can see where the outputs are going, and all the wires and the nodes is highlighted in aqua color. Frozen, what is a frozen nodes? Or you can see a translucent blue nodes. It means the node is frozen or suspended for execution. It's a preview of node. If you, on the bottom left corner, if you see I sign crossed, that means a preview of that node is off. You can't see any preview inside a Dynamo or inside a Revit, which whose setting is from here. The background available previews, Revit background preview. This will show the Dynamo preview in a Dynamo workspace, and this will show a preview in a Revit workspace. Warnings come due to either a lack in input data or incorrect type of data given to the input port of any node. For example, if this string data I will give to the point node, here you can see the input data type is double or a float in Python. This means a number value with decimal digits. So this is a string input, and the input required here is a double input, that is a number. If I will run this, the error warning appear here. If you see the error warning, what is saying, the argument types double 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 required but was called with string double and double. So this is how you can know like the input is given wrong and you have to correct this input to a double. If you can see this type of image here, that is for a error, means there is some unexpected input is given, or something is wrong with the nodes. If you see such type of input with the I sign, this means the information and the bottom of the in the bottom of the node is highlighted in a blue. This means the node indicates the information state. Means either node has a maximum capacity reach or it will impact the potential performance of the dynamo graph. So now here I have given a very larger input to this x value. So that's why it's showing inputs are outside the currently selected model range, which may cause issues. So what is this model range? If you go in the site Dynamo in preferences, and you go down in general, here are the default range values. You can set it from here. So if the information is there, also you can add a watch node here to see what the output is there. How to get the watch node? Click write watch here in library bar, search bar. Yeah, you can get a different type of watch output. Just select anyone which is required, connect it with the help of wire to the output of the port, and you can see that output it is giving, now it's giving a null output. I will remove this, the error will be gone and it will giving output as 000, because here a default value is 0 for x and y, 0 for y and 0 for z. If you want to stop output of particular node for some time to try a different node at that length of the graph, like this, you can just freeze the node, so only one output you can get and you can use that output only for time being. Wires, so what are wires? Wire connects a node, two different nodes. To make a connection between two different node, we can use a wire, and it will show a direction of the information in dynamo graph from left to right. So here you can see the it will connect, the wires are connecting this node to this node, and from this node output to this node input, and that's how a dynamo graph is created. How to create a wire, just left click on the output port, and you have to left click on the input and the left click on the input port of other node. If you want to connect a single output multiple input port of different node, you just have to click on shift and left click from your mouse, and you can change the input of input to that output port. If you want to connect a same output port to a multiple input port, just click on control and the left click and click on the output port and go to that input multiple input port where you want to connect that output. So this is all about node and wires connecting inside a Lightning graph. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching the video.